I mean, I was in the lead at one point. No one else has been technically in the lead. But we'll see. The Betway odds going to be agreeing with us. At least we have that going in our favor, as it looks like the odds will forever be for them. Thing is, the reason I choose Complexity when it comes to this map is I feel like BlameF won't let Cooper and Vanity have the effect they had yesterday with AWP. I feel like they'll be much better at preventing them from just hitting these easy free shots. And I don't think he'll let his team just rush down Monster on the T side straight into the enemy team and lose round after round.
Well, this map is actually the worry for me, because I think that realistically I do actually favor eUnited when it comes to Overpass. I just think in the series I favor Complexity. I do think this is likely to go to 3 maps, and this being eUnited's best pick, I think that they should be taking it. But at the same time, if I look at sort of star potential, I think BlameF has definitely been one of the players that's impressed me most in the Pro League so far. I think we've seen some new life out of players that I didn't really expect it from. I think Def's been playing much better. I think Rush has been playing well, and obviously finally seeing a little bit more out of Obo, because I think previously the team was very flat. Now he seems to be getting pumped up, unironically of course. And yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what this team can do in the future, which is similar to what I said about Cloud9, but they've somewhat let us down a little bit, at least for the early stages of this roster.
Well, it looks like the hit's going to be coming towards B. Complexity. Shazam with the kit, so technically could play a retake here. The problem is Def's going to be in the water basically by himself, looking for some reinforcements to come through. Smokes have been set. Rush coming in from behind, gets the first kill on Defu, looking for more as well. The bomb does get planted, but Vanity's down to 7 HP. And yet somehow the T side of eUnited have been able to fight back 3 against 2. Obo, can he be the hero his team needs here, as it's him and BlameF, and it's just down all on him. I don't know, 3 players to find. He does have a kit near the site, but time is taken away, and no one's even given him a shot so far out of eUnited. So well played in those positions. And Vanity continuing from yesterday, getting himself 2.
Yeah, the fact that he manages to survive there might be a little bit of a mishap from Complexity. Like Rush, he was planning the bomb when he originally got the battle versus him, so yeah, a little bit of a worry there. I think that definitely could have been a pistol round that was taken by Complexity, but missing a few shots and giving a moment for eUnited to get themselves settled. And dear Lord, Banks is getting his wish once again. Cooper's going to have that MP5. Not something we really see too much in competitive play at the moment. A nice shot from BlameF already. We got that double scout coming in. I'm a big fan. Interested to see how it will be utilized on this map in particular. I wonder if we're just going to have 2 players over onto the A site, which, well, I don't really have to wonder, because I do have a map and I can see that both BlameF and Shazam are going to be aggressive on that side of the map.
Well, when we look at players as well that need to be... Wow, Cooper gets tagged again. They need to be looked at is that Shazam has had a rough time. He's been struggling a little bit so far within the Pro League, but you look at Cooper, who's been really excelling. His AWP yesterday was amazing on the CT side. His AK on the T side was also great to see. And then Marky on the entries, like, he's been amazing, honestly. And Vanity, you think about on Mirage.
Well, that's the thing. I think if eUnited get all the players going, like Cooper, like Marky and Vanity, then I do think the Complexity are really going to struggle, especially within this map where it seems like the full team really do feel comfortable. So definitely going to be important to try and slow down some of those players, maybe deny the AWP, but even on the T side, it didn't seem like Cooper really needed it. Late smoke, though. I like that from the CT side, and Def, he's actually going to be able to get 2. He should have really got the 3rd, but he's given his teammates a good opportunity. Still, the double scout is in play. The smoke is going to deny any vision for BlameF over the top. It's going to be tough for them to get back into this round with what is no utility and only the scouts. In fact, I almost wonder, even though it is a 3 versus 3, if they might just want to save what they've actually got here. And that is, unfortunately, going to be the case.
A Freakazoid did fall when you saw Def holding towards Monster. I think they actually could have taken that round. 2 kills he got on the entry just solidified the actual take. Okay.
Oh, yes. That's wonderful. Potentially one of those players going down early on, and it's actually not as much damage as you hope. In fact, the T side actually get tagged more than their opposition. Of course, very early on within the round, and because they did actually lose a couple of players. The MAC 10s are gone. So this should be nigh on impossible for complexity because, well, all the sort of risk, all the money-making weapons have disappeared. Although that's definitely going to help out. Maybe still a little bit of bitterness from Freakazoid of the fact that his brother left him a while ago. Decided to get his revenge here.
Standard oops.
Oops. You're not planning on leaving me again, are you?
You're mine forever. Well, you were saying, I mean, there shouldn't really be a chance for complexity in this round, considering eUnited have fully bought up. But at the moment, with the damage that has been done, and of course with the help of Freakazoid, it might be possible for complexity to steal this round away. And might be able to follow up with another round after. Rush comes in from the flank, takes down Food, and now it's going to be a 4-on-2. As Vanity's finally able to respond, then Obo's going to be there. Can they rescue these weapons? They already have one of the SGs. They know where Marky is now, and this is looking amazing for complexity. This is looking like the start they wanted after losing the first two. If they can just finish off Marky.
Yeah, and there's only 20 seconds for him to play with, and they have him boxed in. Already Rush has retrieved one of those other SGs, and that's the real worry for the T side. Not only have they lost the round, but they've also given over so much weaponry.
3 SGs. They didn't buy in that round, Tom. They just carried over the scouts from the last round, and they just got 3 SGs gifted to them. Dropped off at their front door.
It's like Christmas.
It's like a CSGO version of Amazon Prime here. Well, now you can see United going to be struggling for money as they have invested into the hero SG plays, so they're trying to bounce back in this round, though complexity having the lost bonus is still going to be in a good position if they do lose this. It's insane. They only had to buy 2 weapons. You have Obo at 4,800, Rush on 38.
Yeah, those are the sort of rounds. Well, I said it. They shouldn't be losing those sort of rounds, so mistakes made early on by eUnited. Well, Blame F being handed an SG, that's not something you want to be doing early on. As said, he's been one of the most impressive performances, at least from my eyes so far. Nice shot from Marky though, and he's been another. Rush is only going to manage 1. That does give them space to get back into the site. Rotations are coming in from Def, but he has to be careful here. I think it's a much safer idea to just make sure you win the round. Don't try and deny this plant. Don't try and get confident and over-aggressive, because if you give away a kill, that's where things really do get dangerous. And while Food not going to be able to hit the shots, it's left on to Marky. I'm not even sure if this is even a better position than the last round, but he does find an SG, which will help him out a little bit. There is a kit available onto Shazam, but nobody else has one, and already Marky's going to be able to pick off the first, leaves it down into a 1 versus 2. The bomb tap is just bait, and he's actually burning down that clock a lot. He even gets the kill and finishes it off as well. Marky with a 4K to win eUnited the round. And while all mistakes from the previous are forgiven for eUnited, and they've got this man to thank.
I don't understand how he wins that.
According to his teammates, he's watching the stream, but I think there's a couple minutes left.
He only has 1 monitor, so that'd be even more impressive if he's playing.
Maybe he's using one of his teammates.
Well, complexity, they won a round they shouldn't have, and they lost a round they shouldn't have. So an equal trade for these teams now, but they do have the op on for Shazam. Not much utility survive with Flame up in a good position. Somehow he picks up 2, doesn't expect Marky though to be there. Still gives them the man advantage, and with a weapon like that, he'll be happy. Now United have to figure out where they can go, and Freakazoid, he actually has an opportunity to completely penetrate this defense. No one's looking towards him. You can see Def trying to push up to deal with Cooper, and Shazam gonna look around the corner, and Shazam's gonna absolutely destroy. No Hound Armor coming through, and now Cooper chimes in. The Bash brothers taking the A site. And Blame F's gotta be frustrated. The fact that he got those 2 kills in the beginning, and now potentially losing the round.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty tough retake as well. There's minimal utility, not really the utility you'd want. Not a smoke or an incendiary available. By the looks of it, the CT side might just be holding. Obo taking a slight peek just because, well, if he's handed a kill, then maybe that springs this CT side into action, but nothing to be had. Well, already a 4-1 start coming in from eUnited. A few big plays coming up early on in this match. It's going to be tough. I think you want to try and get the highest siege you can get.
Coming through, by the way, did pretty good damage. 6-3 for both Cooper and Freakazoid. Well, just Rush and Obo to be the two standout players. You got Rush sitting over towards the B site, and Obo over towards A. He's keeping one player with them, so if they do fall, they can pick it back up. And Food might even be walking into, I was gonna say, a slight trap, but Rush has dropped down. Not seeing anyone come in towards B. They're gonna push this one out, and he's gonna be able to gather a lot of information with how slow eUnited are looking to take this round. This actually could work out extremely well for Complexity.
Well, still a minute left for them to play with. Shazam has gained that information, and well, now they're going to start making their play in towards long. Blame is basically watching for anybody in case they do jump up, and Freakazoid does just that. And now this two-pronged defense of long is going to be waiting for the aggression. I can't imagine they get much. I thought they'd at least find Vanity, but he does enough, and Food just ready and waiting to hold off rotations. It's going to leave Rush alone. They're actually going to double back, and this is the right call. It's going to be left onto Shazam. I think that should be all he gets, and with a little bit of extra damage, at least making things costly. Rush is now left into a 1 versus 3. Now, he will have enough money to buy into the next round anyway. But does he really want to try and risk this M4? He might do now.
He does have a kit. It is possible. Taking the op out of Cooper's hands would be a big win for them. He's getting his position away. He's been hurt. Cooper not going to hit the shot. Rush now in a one-on-one up against Marky. Is he going to expect him to be towards his left-hand side? Towards short? No! And Marky again will clutch it out another time. Damage was done, at least out of Rush. But unfortunately, the round won't be theirs, and it's going to be eUnited up to a 5-1 start.
We're yet to really see too much from Complexity. We do now have a purchase on their side. Already Blame F again with a high-impact start to the round. Freakazoid will play no further part. Cooper, well, we haven't seen too much from him either. 1 kill is all he has. It's mostly been Marky and Vanity with the impactful plays. Shazam just about gets around the corner before any further damage is done, but nice shot. Def caught jumping. We'll leave this into a 4v4 already. Of course, with quick rotations available to the T side, the CTs on B can't really bolster this A defense just yet. Looking like they're trying to find out some information. Still peeking towards Monster before smoking it. There are still T players around this angle, however. It looks like they're about to gather up over towards this A site. Shazam has still got that AWP focusing on long, and they do have to worry about Blame F in the corner. He's been one of the only real problems for this T side thus far. However, Jason, how many kills can he realistically get from this position?
I'd say 1, maybe 2 max. They should be able to trade this, maybe even 0, because Vandy peeks around the corner, and well, there will be that 1. By the way, Cooper did take down Shazam. I wonder if he caught him jumping again, like he got Def before. Hey, doing some decent damage. Rush and Obo going to be together. We saw Rush almost clutch that last round out in that 1-on-3. Redemption, will it be there, or will they back away? And I'd imagine they're just going to have to back off with this one. They only have a flash. They don't have a smoke to really cover off anything. Walking in would almost be certain death, and there you go. Rush backing away. Obo to join him. And 6-1 now for United.
Yeah, this is starting to become almost damage reduction for Complexity, as even their best options now are, what, say getting maybe 7 or 8 rounds. I feel like you can't really rely on breaking eUnited completely. Although we did see it when they were playing, I think it was it Nuke versus Cloud9? There's been a lot of picks available for eUnited early in these rounds. And even though Blame F seems to be pretty good at getting them the advantage, they haven't been able to hold on to it, which is far more of a problem. Again, we're going to see them go a man up early in this round. Obviously, this time it's a little bit more understandable if things slip away, considering what their purchase is, but you have to hope, for complexity's sake, that eventually they're able to keep one of these going.
Well, they left the B site completely open, which is why we're seeing the bomb get planted. Have the money to buy, so they might as well just push it and go for this. But it's going to be still so difficult to do so. They already coming in doing a bit of a chip. They have one flashbang. It's actually been thrown out, so they're going to rush straight in towards the site. And Food already able to shut things down with this first initial kill. But the nade, the counter nade's coming through, looking good. And Cooper with the op, being the rock on the site, gets himself a triple. United now take their 7th.
He's got to be very careful. They are going to be boosting up. It seems like Freakazoid's there to support, but that should be the one free kill. Can he get back? Yes, he can. Good start, and Def's actually managed to get a second. I believe that was straight through the wood. It was. Well, this time you got to hope the CT side are able to hold on to it. They've used a lot of utility earning, but still have a couple of smokes. Oh, Freakazoid pretty damn close to finding a way back into this one. With this man still standing, I'm not going to count eUnited out by any stretch. Smoke going to be thrown in by the CT side. Not allow Cooper to find an angle. And in fact, actually, the T's themselves only have a single smoke at this point. Lots of Molotovs, which definitely be useful. Cooper looking to try and make a solo play here. Got to be very careful. Blame F is just around the corner, and so is Def. Def spotted him out there. Shouldn't be away, but he survives just about. Shazam will wallbang him, however, and it's once again on to Marky. This time, they're not going to give him a chance. 7-2, complexity on the back of Obo, mostly.
And if we look at just, I think, raw stats between Cooper and Shazam, Cooper has been the better opper in their matches. Well, speaking of him, he's able to get the first and potentially create an opening over towards the B side. The bomb's still going to be back towards T-spawn, however. United's not really able... Oh my gosh, Def, did he just know how much damage he did through that wall? That'd be the second time he's gotten a kill so far. If he could have dropped him. And actually the boost from both sides. Def, if he just waits another 5 seconds, he's going to spot Cooper out. Who's going to hit the shot? Oh my gosh. The timing. That could have been bad for complexity. The same rate could have been amazing if they could have gotten that kill and taken the weapon out of his hands. But less than 50 seconds to go. Then you have Def and Rush to defend.
Well, Vanity looking... hoping that somebody gives him an entry. Cooper has managed to make his way out of Monster at least, and the CT side is still split with only 2 players here. Def's going to be blinded up straight off the bat. He's got to be careful. The AWP trying to round the corner against him. The bomb is going to be going down, so at least an afterplant position gained by the T side. Not a lot of utility. Luckily, Def just makes a big play over the top, but Vanity has somehow managed to get 2 kills. Brings it very close in the end, and considering that was only a half investment, that is not a bad round whatsoever. It takes Blame F saving them here, as they do manage their 3rd, but that is not particularly a good round at all for complexity. They should not have lost that many players. One missing piece, though, is that Cooper doesn't have his AWP, but
yeah,
as mentioned, when he played yesterday, he was actually very good without it. We saw a clutch out of him off the back of a SG.
Well, his T-side AK was
Yeah,
much better than his T-side op. But then obviously on a CT, he really started to step up.
Yeah. Oh, Food trying to luck his way out onto the B site.
He just walked through Monster and just took the shot, which kind of surprised me that Complexity wasn't prepared for it. I mean, Obo, he got chipped up a little bit.
Another important round for Complexity. Their money has not been built, that's the thing. A lot of these rounds have been very costly. Even if they have been winning. Still, though, I'm starting to lose count how many times Blame F has actually managed to kick off these rounds with a pick from the connector. Once again, though, we're going to see Toilets Control challenged by Cooper. Shazam, he actually is just almost playing the supportive role and almost is caught out. Def instead will be. However, he's managed to take a man with him. Food now tries to catch the remaining players rotating. That's exactly what he does. The bomb is dropped. That's why we see such a move coming out from the CT side, trying to support Blame F. He's instead actually pre-fired by Food, and somehow now Rush is left all alone. I don't even think he knows where they're going at this point. Tries to bait them with the drop down. Freakazoid doesn't seem like he's falling for anything. Cooper is. However, it won't matter. Freak in a good corner. And eUnited already have the half won.
Complexity with just pistols. And not even towards the B site.
Well, they are somewhat. In the back of Graffiti. Triple man boost. And it may actually get them a kill.
Oh, I thought Vanna just saw it for a second.
No, but unfortunately, it's going in the wrong direction. Rush actually will be able to pick off one. They're going to come doubling back in. The AK's been retrieved, and somehow they've managed a second. Marky is going to fall to the AK of Obo, and this round is actually looking good. The youngster once again stepping up, and now it's Cooper's turn to try and clutch this out. He's 12 and 8. He's had a very good start to this one. Got to try and channel his inner Marky in these clutch situations, looking to try and retrieve the bomb, but he's got to be careful because planting it's going to be very difficult, especially with Blame F coming in from behind. He switches up to the SG, but Blame F should be able to comfortably kill him off. And while there is a bomb plant, at least for eUnited, a round stolen now by Complexity, and yeah, a little bit lucky. Like they go for the boost, and it just happens that the remaining players of eUnited do head in towards that B site. However, some impressive shots from Obo. Yeah, it still worries me seeing that SG on Marky. That sometimes that can be enough, especially with how he's been playing so far. Has slowed a little bit. I think he was 8-2 at one point. Not quite being able to keep up the pace, but hey, in a round like this, maybe that'll be the moment he's needed. CT side with a huge advantage, though, of course. They managed to retrieve a couple of SGs, the AWP for Shazam as well. But their A site hold has been pretty weak. They really have struggled to defend the A site. Def now rotated up onto this side of the map. You've got to be careful, though, because if Marky gets this pick, well, he has to be looking at him to do that. Could have got an extra rifle into their hands. It is going to be retrieved, and Blame F's on it. Flank as well, going to try and come back in from behind. Def's eventually going to get overwhelmed, but can Shazam do something on the site? He's really struggled so far. Blame F actually goes down. Now this is actually looking like a doable situation. Rifles have been picked up. Finally, Shazam is going to be able to get a kill, but it's at the cost of Obo. He's been one of the better players. Flashbang over the top. Now all the T's really have to do is try and defend this bomb. There is no smoke available to them. It has to come down to the kills, and Cooper is the one to net it instead. Shazam left into a 1 versus 2, just trying to bait them into a peek, and there's a Molotov to deny him. This round is pretty much done. Shazam can't even find the frag, and Cooper, off the back of a triple kill, is going to get eUnited their 9th. It doesn't seem to be a position where they can stop eUnited at the moment. And once again, it's just a round before the United break back.
I don't know what's going on, Tom. I really don't. Def was pushed up in bathrooms. Yes, he got the first kill, but the second he dies, he donates over a weapon to the other team. Blame F not able to rotate quick enough, and then Cooper, of course, watching the flank, is able to prevent that two-prong attack back onto the T side. I don't know, that was unfortunate. That I don't think was really executed too well. But at the same rate, Cooper hitting shots like that, it's kind of hard to win rounds, even when he's... Or it's hard to win rounds against him when he's hitting shots like that, I should say.
Well, once again, Blame F is going to be able to get them an opener, but this time it's traded out, and Shazam tries to get the repeat to continue this advantage, but it isn't to be. They still have a reasonable buy into this round, but utility is definitely less than ideal, and their weaponry has taken a hit as well. A singular kit for Rush. But even still, Def is going to be able to get one within the connector. However, Food has been so good at just dominating that area, he'll be able to get the trade without a problem. Keeps it into a 3 versus 3, and once again, we're looking at the youngster. Now, he does have a bit of support from Rush. And the T's aren't making their move just yet. I think they're just waiting for the smoke to fade, which it now has. They've got a Molotov as well. If that Molotov goes into barrels, you have to assume that Obo is dead. Although it seems like Cooper's scoped in, so he isn't going to realize. And Obo, he peeks out at the right time. In fact, gets 2, almost the 3rd. He set up Shazam. He needs to do 27 points of damage to save them in this round. He's even going to run him with the P2K. An instant one-tap as well. It's Complexity on the ball once again, and once more, Obo is the hero. Well, that's the thing. It really is going to be tough to break down this CT side. I think it is more going to come down to eUnited throwing it away than Complexity being good enough to take it away from them, because I do think they're still in the very early stages of developing this team, and eUnited are a much longer standing roster. Shazam looking to get aggressive here. He really hasn't been too successful in these peaks. Even if he gets one, he's not going to. He's going to hand an AWP over to Cooper, who initially tries to work with the Deeg. There is a rotation, at least from Def, to support Blame F, and looking to try and at least hold on to what is the final round of the half. The bomb already going to be planted, lots of damage done onto Food, but he gets away with it. And while the retakes from Complexity have been pretty abysmal so far, they're not going any better in this round. Blame F trying to find someone through the smoke, but there's just no vision of Freakazoid. Already doubling down, leaves it onto Blame F, the man who started this party on the A site. He's got 19 HP. There's no real chance from here, and Cooper patiently waits. 10-5, a very strong T-half coming out from eUnited, and I think they're showing why this is one of their better maps. Well, their best map. I don't think there's any argument there. They feel comfortable. They do very well in clutch situations. It seems like every single one of their players enjoys this map. And for Complexity so far, not really seen anything too impressive.
Well, you know what? They'll likely have a second chance as we move on to the second half. Overpass might not go their way, but obviously it's just the first map of the series, and we'll see how the rest of this map does break down. After what, Tom? After the break. Well, you know what, Cooper? He did it yesterday, and he's doing it yet again today. 18-9 for him so far within the first half of Overpass. Freakazoid even 10-10. He was really unhappy with his performance yesterday, even though they had the victory. But you know what? I'd say he's been doing pretty damn well here. Him and his brother Cooper have been able to bash out quite a few of these sites.
9 and 10.
Well,
he's about to be. They predicted it. That's what it is. He's gonna be 10 and 10. It's the future. The predictions coming in. eUnited now favored within this series. Can't really, well, say otherwise, but here we go. It is going to be the T side already losing Blame F. The leader now has to be the overlord, the puppet master of his teammates. Cooper takes the battle and loses it. Has support from Freakazoid. Looking to try and get that all-important 10th kill. He's struggling a little bit, and in fact goes down to Shazam. The P250 does the work and leaves Food to try and clean up the mess. The Food's gonna find it, tries to make his way forward. Marky only able, well, I say that, he gets 2, and now he's left in a 1 versus 2. Flush. It's gonna be the peak coming back in. Marky. Desperately trying to find these remaining kills. I didn't spot if there was actually a kit. Well, it gets dinged up, but slightly through the wall, so not going to be too much of a problem, and can't do anything. In the end, this Complexity to take themselves the pistol round, give a lifeline at least going into this T side, and while what started so well, it's actually going to be a victory for Complexity. Blame F, he wants to pad those stats a little bit, but there's a force buy on the other side still. Manager's opening, that's a fantastic nade already. Let's see if United can actually do anything with this investment. Of course, fairly common to see the force buy come in. It means that they lose this, they eco in the next round, and then they can buy back up with, well, potentially the AWP for Cooper, which I'm sure they're going to want to get back in his hands as soon as possible. Currently with 111 ADR, 19 kills. He really does love this map, it seems, but maybe not this round. Rush makes a little bit of extra cash off the back of the MAC-10, and now the team seem to be gathering up for more of an A play. It's only going to be defended by Food, which, well, in all honesty, doesn't sound too bad, but in fact, he's going to leave. The Food has left the building, and thus I don't want to be in it anymore.
I think Complexity are showing that they realize they need to be very careful about these rounds. They're up by 2 players, yes, but they never really had a stable economy on the CT side, and I think they're trying to make sure that they can do that here on the T side, because it's a long grind for them to tie things up. Rush has another kill. That's a second of the round. A little extra pocket change for him. The bomb's gone down as well. So United not going to be chasing this. They got to be trying to save these weapons, ideally, I would imagine. Bringing a scout into the next round wouldn't be too bad. You see the 2 MAC-10s already hunting. There's actually 3 of them on the side of Complexity. Food, well, he'll get the first. And don't tell me he kills... Yeah, if he kills Def, then somehow rescues the SG. Which actually Vanity might still be able to do if he pushes short.
Well, there's actually a couple of low players as well, so chance to make some money, but all the money will be had by Rush. $1,800 picked up in this round, and as you mentioned, a really good chance for them to farm up some cash, as now the next round is going to be one where we don't see an investment. As said, one of the maps that we saw lost by eUnited yesterday, it seemed like a lot of it was down to the confidence of their players crumbling. That is sort of the curse of having players that they do, like, very easy to get pumped up, excited, and it helps them with their play, but when things go quiet, it seems like they do in and out of the server.
Yeah, that match on Nuke they had. 16-7, it looks like they weren't even really in the server, but once Vandy started to hit some shots, and Marky, the back-to-back 4Ks he had. But again, clean rounds coming in. And even though they're yet again up by 2 players, and they know they're just against pistols, not even the bot-up pistols, they're still being very cautious about this. And I like that, I respect that, because I think BlameMap's really keeping the composure of the team, not allowing them to do ridiculous plays, like, hey, having a 5-on-2 fight on Dust 2 at the B site, and then not even plant the bomb and then push out and die and lose the round. If you guys were with us in Group A. Shazam so far, I'm sorry, Shazam. I'm sorry, but I'm just looking at the numbers. Marky to come on the corner, and this is the position we saw him have so much success with just the other day, and he'll do it again.
Yeah, only 1 kill traded back. It's at least the rifle still standing for the T side, but this is already looking like a strong start to the CT side for eUnited. They've got the weapons in hand, and straight away they get themselves onto the board. A strong hold on the B site with 4 players staying alive.
So when we were doing the pick'ems, I said, I think BlameF won't just have this team rushing through Monster over and over and over and die. I saw yesterday. That was the first round.
Yeah, to be fair, it's a completely different scenario because they had 3 MAC-10s. Like, there's nowhere else that I would rather see them go than actually an aggressive rush onto B. Because a lot of the time your opponents will have head armor. In this sort of round, I actually think it's a pretty good call, but
I'm just hoping he doesn't continually do it, because Marky is just showing he cannot be pushed off that B site without taking 2 players with him.
Well, this round definitely not going to be anywhere near as aggressive. They've got the, well, what I have deemed the meta buy at the moment, 4 SGs alongside the AWP. Still waiting for Shazam to light up the server. I do think at the moment it seems like he's more in a supportive role in this team, and that is a bit of a worry. I'm sure he's been good at setting up players with flashbangs,
yeah,
but you want to have the AWP getting those picks Well, that's what's there on the other side. Two fairly different scenarios. Cooper not going to be over facing. The T's still stranded outside the toilets. Will finally manage to get inside. It's been a long queue.
On that note about Shazam, by the way, I honestly feel like he's one of the most successful quote-unquote support players in terms of flashing, at least in flash assists within both of these groups so far. I don't have the raw numbers, but I consistently see his name. Freakazoid, all right, well, there's a smoke there. Gets BlameF down to 6 HP, and Vanity actually might push the smoke at a perfect time. Shooting a couple bullets through, actually gets trapped on top of each other. Gonna know now, and he actually gets through the smoke without being hit by a shot, and he actually might be able to pick up some kills here, but Rush will be there. Cooper and Freak, the brothers in arms and in real life, gonna be on the site, but with 10 seconds left to go, they have to somehow penetrate to get the bomb down. Obo, well, he'll fall, and BlameF down the last man alive, won't have a chance. Look at that, again. That's not the first time we've seen, I think, the brothers be able to just hold on to things basically by themselves.
Make sure that eUnited don't get too far out in front. Make this comeback on the T side even more difficult. I think it's going to come down to breaking not only the spirit but the economy of this CT side if they are going to have a chance to get back into this game. Molotov expended. Depth's already past it. Should be an opportunity for a trade, and while it comes in eventually from Obo, but the damage seems to be already done. 3 players standing, 2 without armor, and well, they've at least managed to get themselves the bomb, but forcing Cooper off this site has been a real task for them so far within this map. Well, he isn't going to be missing that initial shot. Even has his brother in support. BlameF does manage to at least remove Cooper from the site, and well, Freak needs to spray, and well, he gets them both. Fantastic work. Even retrieves the AWP, which they have 2 of at this point in time. And they now sit just 3 rounds away from taking their map choice. And honestly, I don't really see what's going to stop them here, because I have not been impressed with what I've seen from Complexity on this map so far.
My whole reason of picking Complexity was that I had faith that BlameF would be able to prevent Cooper from having the effect that he's already been able to. 23 kills for this man. I thought they'd have better flashes and smokes set up for him. Obviously, they didn't have any utility in that round, so I'm not going to judge too harshly there. And well, speaking of Cooper, he will fall, this time to Obo. Got aggressiving towards Connector. We'll expect Vanity to be there as well. And he does, but he doesn't hit the shot either way. And Vanity, that was phenomenal. And Fu going to come around, get 1 kill to add another to the tally. And that gives them the man advantage yet again. 13-8 in the score and 4-3 in the server currently. And Vanity's super pushed up.
Yeah, he's managed to retrieve Cooper's AWP, and I have to say I've been impressed with Food's secondary AWP on the B side. I don't think there's too many players where you can watch them repeatedly have a double AWP setup and it be successful, but they managed it yesterday. It seems to be working so far today. Shazam. Oh, okay. He should have been dead, but clearly managed to dance his way past. Freakazoid is still going to get the kill, holding off long, and leaves it just onto this banana push from the T side. Marky already with a rotation, and Food is going to make his way through as well. He doesn't manage to connect the shot, and the bomb is at least going to be planted, but they've got so much left to do, and Shazam not winning that battle leaves Rush in a horrible situation. He tries to spray both heads, but can only net 1. And again, it's another round continuing forward for eUnited.
I don't know what the answer is for Complexity. They've not been able to really make anything happen. They've taken 3 rounds on the T side, but those were basically towards the beginning. I think those actually were the first 3 rounds. And since then, it's been all the way of eUnited. It looks like they will set up for a take towards B. They're going to have utility to throw in, and they do catch out Cooper. There's still plenty of people left to fight on the side. Marky's going to be low on HP, but he's already spamming through, and Freakazoid will be here, but he needs to start hitting shots. The flashbang will at least prevent him from being more deadly than he already was. Finally going down for Complexity, but even 4-on-2, I'm not sure they... No, I'm sure they'll be able to get it. It's just going to be about eUnited doing damage on them.
Yeah, and this is the thing of the last few rounds, like, we haven't seen any of these actually won by Complexity, but they've at least been able to do a bit of damage each time. And winning a round like this, where you steal some weaponry away, and you cause quite a few rebuys, I think with the 2 weapons saved, there's not going to be too much of a problem for eUnited to get a buy, but if they can maybe get one of these guns out of the hands of their opponents, then there could be a possibility, but instead it's actually going to be 2 almost... No, in fact, that was 2 kills come in for Vanity. 1 died to the bomb. BlameF survived with just 4 HP. This could be the same problem that we actually saw in the previous half, where Complexity unable to really string any rounds together. They're going to try for an aggressive play on towards short. BlameF leading the charge. Already a fair amount of utility damage taken. Daft's actually going to catch the aggression of food. Not a bad situation here. The only thing is the gamble out from the CT side. They now have 3 players on this B site. T's waiting to see if there's any aggression elsewhere, and Vanity so close to catching out Rush. Marky will eventually get that kill, but you can see the remainder trying to pounce, but actually Def isolated in the fight. Oh. It's going to turn into a 3 versus 3. The T's are going to opt out of B. Try and take control, but the problem is they don't know what positions are actually clear. There's so many spots they'll have to check on their way, and I imagine it won't be until, at earliest, the sort of 20-second marker that they'll be making their way towards the A site. And the worst thing is that Cooper's ready and waiting.
Okay. That needed to be a kill. Now 20 seconds left. They're being held back. They've actually left the B site with 2 players for United, leaving Cooper alone towards A. They can imagine they're heading towards this direction, and finally the call's made. The rotations are coming through. Cooper looking to hit the first shot to Obo, and he connects. 8 seconds left. The bomb is going down. Oh my god, he just barely misses the shot that could have ended the round right there, but Shazam will finally get the kill they need onto that man. Now it's Marky and Freak. Molotov coming in very, very early. They do have a smoke to close it off. They do have a kid on Freakazoid. Marky might play close while Freak goes for the defuse. They have to peek around the corner, and Marky's going to be there. Is anyone going to peek? Shazam misses the shot. Where the hell's BlameF? He's maybe through the smoke, but it doesn't matter. The kills come in too late. eUnited take the round somehow off the back of that. And that puts them on map point.
Yeah, this one's a little bit more costly for the CT side, however, and the T's do at least have money to spend. I think that's the only real silver lining, is they're finally winning the economy game, Jason. The problem is it's taken a lot of rounds to get there. If they can break this, maybe there's a fight back, but they've just been so close in many of these rounds that I just think it's going to take its toll. Cooper back on a rifle. And because of that, they're actually going to opt to take a fair amount of long control. Still some early presence onto B, and in fact, they're going to start pushing forward. Rush is on the other side. He's got the SG ready and waiting. We've seen plenty of transfers with this gun, but it's still only going to be the 1. Considering the weaponry that was invested into for eUnited, that's actually not bad. Gives them a little bit of information as well. T's still just trying to find the hole within the defense. Definitely doesn't look like the B site, and now Vanity looking to get aggressive once again. Catches Def looking the wrong way. Leaves it down to just 3 players. They're going to go on a long rotation all the way to B. There is only currently Marky defending it, but I imagine Freakazoid can make his way down this time. Flashbang goes through. Maybe Marky just going for the call. In fact, he's just playing on the retake. Now, they don't actually have a kit, so that's at least something Complexity can look towards. Nice shot from Shazam as well. It's going to get the opener. Turns things back into a 3v3, and now in an after-plant position, eUnited are not in the best of states.
Vanity's going to be holding over towards short. Complexity going for a hold on towards site. You can see BlameF was actually pushed up in close water towards CT. And Vanity coming around to spot the first, and Obo, that was a kill that he needed to keep Complexity alive in this map, and I think they're just going to back away from this one. Complexity will get themselves to double digits, will put themselves at 10. It's becoming all too close here. We'd imagine if Obo falls to Vanity, a 3-on-2, the retake could have happened. But Complexity survived. They live to fight another round.
And this is where things actually get a little bit tough now for eUnited. As said, their money finally was crushed right in the last round, and they had to go for the rebuy after winning off the defusal, but because of that, now winning this one has left them in an even worse state. Only $1,400 picked up. Sure, they managed to keep a couple of guns, which, as we've seen previously, it seems like anyone at the moment for eUnited can just steal a round away. But even still, I'm interested to see what they actually do with these weapons. Coach is given a bit of time to talk.
Except none of them are talking.
I think Keita said a little bit at the beginning. It's nice to not be the only Brits here, you know? Got Keita, got Def as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you think you'd be used to being the only Brit in Counter-Strike.
Well, to be fair, normally when it's like in Europe, I'm never the only Brit, but out here, it's a little bit different. That's one hell of a start. Marquee boosted up. We do actually see a force spike come out from eUnited, maybe just realizing how bad the money actually is. Freakazoid, he's already managed one. It will only take a bullet or two, but Blamer holds strong. Cooper, though, his aggression is perfect. He's been so good throughout this map so far. 26 kills, and he's looking to try and close this here and now. He leaves Blamef and Obo, the deadly duo, but Blamef is looking the wrong way. Vanity will put him down, and now all onto the 16-year-old shoulders. A minute left for him to try and save this first map. eUnited have definitely looked like the more dominant force. But can he catch them out? Can he make the difference here? Has at least got the bomb, a little bit of utility, and a trusty AK-47, which on the other side of things, it's only really Food that has any utility remaining. Food is just watching in case it comes in that direction now. If he can win the battle versus Vanity, he has a chance, but that's easier said than done, and Vanity's going to spot him out. Another kill for him to close out this game. 16-10.